Imagine opening a bag of crunchy snacks. You expect potato chips, maybe popcorn, maybe peanuts, but inside the bag are roasted crickets. Tiny legs, tiny wings, a loud crunch. For many people, that idea feels impossible. Not because insects are rare. Insects are everywhere. They crawl beneath leaves, buzz past windows, hide in soil, and fill the air on summer nights. There may be more kinds of insects on Earth than any other kind of animal. So why do so many people look at a cricket and think, absolutely not? Why do we eat chicken, fish, shrimp, and lobster, but hesitate when someone offers us a grasshopper? The answer is not that insects are automatically unsafe. It is not that nobody eats them. And it is definitely not that insects are too small to become food. In fact, people in many parts of the world have eaten insects for generations. The real answer is hidden in history, culture, psychology, flavor, safety, and one powerful feeling that can make a delicious snack look terrifying: disgust. But first, here's the surprise. Humans already eat insects. Not always on purpose, of course. Tiny insect fragments can end up in plant foods during harvesting and processing. That is simply part of living in a world full of small creatures. But more importantly, many cultures intentionally eat insects as traditional foods. Grasshoppers, crickets, termites, ants, beetle larvae, caterpillars, cicadas. Different insects are eaten in different places, prepared in different ways, and connected to different seasons, celebrations, and family traditions. In some places, roasted grasshoppers are a familiar snack. In others, ants may be used for a sharp, citrus-like flavor. Some edible larvae are valued because they are rich and filling. To the people who grow up eating them, insects are not shocking. They are food. So why do they feel strange to so many others? Imagine a child growing up with chicken soup, fish sandwiches, eggs, and burgers. Those foods appear at home, in stores, in advertisements, and at restaurants. The child sees parents eat them, friends eat them, characters on television eat them. The brain learns a simple lesson. This is normal food. Now imagine that same child sees a beetle in the garden. The beetle is connected to dirt, plants, crawling, and maybe fear. Nobody puts it on a plate. Nobody says, this is dinner. The brain learns another lesson. This is not food. And once that idea becomes strong, it can be hard to change. Food is not only about what our bodies can digest. Food is also about what our minds accept. Think about shrimp. A shrimp has a hard outer shell, long antennae, many legs, and dark little eyes. If it crawled across your kitchen floor, many people would scream. But place that same creature on ice in a seafood restaurant. Cook it with garlic and butter, and suddenly it becomes a special meal. A lobster is even stranger. It has claws, armor, antennae, and a body that looks a little like a giant ocean insect. Yet lobster is considered a luxury food in many places. So why can we eat shrimp and lobster but not crickets? Partly because shrimp and lobster are familiar. And familiarity is powerful. Our brains do not judge food only by shape. They judge it by memory, by culture, by what the people around us eat, by whether we have seen it prepared safely, by whether it appears on a clean plate instead of crawling across a wall. A cricket in a garden can look like a pest. A cricket roasted with spices can be a snack. The animal is the same. The story around it is different. But culture is not the only reason insects have stayed off many menus. There's also the question of size. A cow is large. One animal can provide a lot of meat. A chicken is smaller, but still large enough to feed several people. A fish can be caught or farmed in useful amounts. But a cricket is tiny. To feed many people with insects, you need a lot of insects. That does not make it impossible. Insects can be raised in large numbers. Some species grow quickly and need less space than large livestock. This is one reason scientists and food companies are interested in insect farming. But it does mean the food system needs to be designed differently. You cannot treat crickets exactly like cattle. You need controlled conditions. The right species, the right feed, the right temperature, careful harvesting, proper processing, safe storage, clear labeling, and that leads to one of the most important parts of the story. Not every insect is food. Some insects can sting, some can bite, some may carry parasites or germs, some may have eaten toxic plants, some may have been exposed to pesticides, some may simply be unknown. That is why eating random insects found outdoors is not a good idea. A bug in your backyard is not automatically a snack. It may have come from anywhere, It may have been sprayed with chemicals. It may belong to a species that is not safe to eat. And even insects that are normally eaten need to be raised, handled, and prepared correctly. Food safety matters whether the food is chicken, fish, mushrooms, berries, or insects. The difference is that most people already know the rules for chicken. They know it comes from a store or farm. They know it must be cooked and stored properly. They know it is part of a familiar food system. Insects are still new to many shoppers. That makes people more cautious. And caution is not always a bad thing. There is another hidden issue too: allergies. Some insect proteins can cause allergic reactions in certain people. This is especially important for people with shellfish allergies, because insects and crustaceans share some biological similarities. Scientists and food safety agencies study these risks carefully as insect-based foods become more common. That does not mean everyone will have a reaction, but it means labels, regulation, safe production, and medical awareness are important. A food future is only exciting if it is also safe. So if insects can be nutritious, widely available, and potentially efficient to farm, why are they still not everywhere? Because changing food culture takes time. Think about the first person who tasted cheese, milk that had been transformed by bacteria and time. Strange. Think about the first person who tried raw fish. Strange. Think about the first person who ate oysters, a soft animal inside a rough shell from the sea. Very strange. Almost every food becomes normal because people slowly learn how to prepare it, enjoy it, and share it. Insects may be going through that process right now. Some companies turn crickets into protein powder. Instead of seeing legs and wings, people see a flour-like ingredient mixed into bars, crackers, or baked foods. Mealworms may be used in snack products or ingredient blends. This changes the experience. For someone who cannot imagine biting into a whole cricket, a cookie made with insect protein may feel less frightening. But others may ask an important question. Why hide it? Why not celebrate it? In cultures where insects are traditional foods, people may value the flavor, texture, season, and memories connected to them. A roasted grasshopper is not a failed chicken nugget. It is its own food with its own history. That is why the conversation should not be about forcing everyone to eat bugs. It should be about curiosity. What foods do different cultures value? Why do some foods feel normal in one place and strange in another? How can food systems become more sustainable, safe, and diverse without losing respect for tradition? These are bigger questions than a single cricket. And insects have one more surprising advantage. They are incredibly varied. There are millions of insect species, though only a small fraction are considered for food. Some have nutty flavors. Some are described as earthy. Some are crisp. Some are soft. Some can be roasted. Some can be ground. Some are eaten during special seasons when they are most abundant. Insects are not one food. They are a huge category of possible foods, just like fish are not one food. A salmon is different from a tuna. A crab is different from an oyster. A cricket is different from an ant. And that is why the future of edible insects may not look like science fiction. It may look like ordinary food. A snack bar, a seasoned cracker, a flour blend. A traditional dish served at a market. A recipe passed down through a family. The biggest obstacle may not be flavor. It may be the first look. Because when we see an insect, our minds may quickly connect it to dirt, disease, crops, or fear. That reaction can protect us from danger. Humans evolved to be careful around unfamiliar things, especially small creatures that might bite, sting, or make us sick. But sometimes that protective feeling becomes too broad. Not every unfamiliar thing is dangerous, and not every familiar thing is healthy. A donut can look friendly, a cricket can look frightening, but appearance does not tell the whole story. So why do we not eat more insects? The answer is not that humans cannot eat them. Billions of people already include insects in traditional diets. The answer is that food is shaped by culture, history, habit, safety, availability, and emotion. In many places, insects never became part of everyday farming or family meals, so they became associated with pests instead of plates. But that may be changing. As people explore new food sources, insects may become more common in some kitchens. Not because they are magical, not because everyone must eat them, but because they are one more reminder that food can be far more diverse than we imagine. The next time you see a cricket chirping in the grass, you do not have to think of dinner, but you might think differently about the people who do. Because somewhere in the world, that tiny insect may be part of a recipe, a memory, a market, or a tradition that has existed for generations.